Greetings, beautiful people. It's your girl, Yo. I hope you guys are having a good day. Welcome to everybody coming into this live stream. I want you guys to stick and stay and listen to the old girl. This gonna be a good one for y'all, okay? All right, so y'all see the title. The title Is Sweet Bullshit Better Than True Love? Is sweet bullshit better than true love? Now, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. And I really have three stories, but this time I'm just going to tell y'all one story, and it's a true story, right? And it's about a young woman. It's about relationships, right? I notice there's a lot of people that are in relationships that I don't think they really wanted to be in them. They just found themselves caught up in it, right? Because they listened to that sweet bullshit, you know, stuff that you want to believe that the man is telling you. And I'm speaking from a woman's point of view because I'm a woman. So we listen to all this sweet stuff that they're telling us, these sweet nothings, and we want to believe it, but their heart is not with us, right? Now, I knew y'all used to me coming on this thing, and I'm gonna come on maybe later on doing this thing right here, this live stream. But I want y'all to hear my voice. This is one of the reasons why I decided not to come on live stream for this. I want my words to penetrate into your mind, hearts, and souls. Okay? And I'm gonna talk about some things too towards the end after the story. So here we go. Y'all just hang back. Hold on, hang back. Get you something to sip on and whatever and relax, okay? Let me tell y'all a bedtime story since it's nighttime. All right? So, once upon a time, it was a young woman and she had alcoholic parents. She had brothers and sisters, right? It was five of them, just including herself. Well, her parents didn't have time for her. They came from a poor family themselves, right? They couldn't really take care of the kids like they wanted to or tried to. They tried, but they just couldn't. They got caught up in drinking and just frustrated with each other. So they turned on each other pretty much, which left the children going for themselves and doing for themselves and fighting for themselves, right? When it comes to living. Some people would say this is a typical black household, right? Or a black family household, right? So when the parents broke up, right, the little girl, she ran away from home and she got caught up in them streets, right? Her sisters and stuff were older than she was, but they didn't want to take her because they were trying to survive themselves. They got pregnant and had children and everything. So at 16, she met a man that was much older than her. As a matter of fact, this man that was older than her, he was 15 years older than she was. She had intercourse with him, or he had it with her, and his wife was dead. He was what you called a widower. So he had his own place, and his had grown children, but they didn't live in the same state that he lived in. They moved out, so he could do pretty much. He kind of like was her daddy slash lover at the same time. So she got pregnant at 16 years old, right? So we all know what happens when you have these little young teens. So she's 16 years old and she's pregnant with this old man's baby. He taking care of her, doing all these things. And then her sisters and stuff and brothers that she had, of course, she lost contact with them because, like I said, everybody was trying to survive. And this man right here, this older gentleman, he worked in a factory, right? And the wife that he had died, but he had another woman that he was seeing across town on the other side of town. And she might as well has been his wife because this young woman right here, this young girl with the 16 with this baby pregnant by him, she knew of it. So he let her stay in his house and he moved across town with the woman that he was in love with and that he has been seeing after his wife died, right? And what would she do? She gets upset. She goes to social services and she sneakily gets an apartment. And the apartment she lives in was the projects with their baby. And this is the projects right here that you're seeing. This is the actual place. This is a true story. And she would sit on the porch waiting for him to come by. Let's fast forward. He would come back whenever he felt like it. She couldn't have no company over her house, no family members, no nothing. He didn't want to see nobody there when he showed up. So she was pretty much a lonely young woman with a child to raise his child. Okay, so she there. He comes by, and when he come by her house, listen, they would have all kinds of sexual intercourse and stuff. He didn't want her to get pregnant anymore, so she took the proper precautions so she wouldn't get pregnant and stuff like that by him. Okay? Now, check this out. The son gets older in the preteens because he was going with her for a long time. That relationship lasted almost 20 years. Imagine that. Her son get older. He started resenting the son. He really didn't want that little boy. So every time the daddy would come, which was him, she would make the son leave. He couldn't stay in the same apartment. He couldn't stay in the same house. He had to go. He had to make himself small. So the projects raised him pretty much. And the projects raising him got him hooked on crack, drugs. It was during that time, that era when the cocaine era came out. So all his friends that he made that live in this apartment complex he hung out with. Y'all know how that is when you're living in the projects, right? And this was not the best project in Virginia. That's where it's from, right here in Virginia. So let's go back to the son. When the daddy would come over, he despised his daddy, right? He knew who he was. And he was angry, always angry. This young man never worked anywhere. Neither did his mother. She's never worked a day in her life. When the young man did go to work, he was only working at those little temp agency jobs where he would go down underneath the bridge where they were burning like the drunk people be and like the bums would be in the wintertime. He'll get a ride on a truck when people will come down to see if they need some help, extra hands, and get paid for the day. He would take that money, and y'all know what he would do with it, right? Go out for days and stuff. Back to the mom. So when the man came by, let me tell you, he thought he was doing something, and she thought that she was doing something too, because he coming by to see her. She been sitting and waiting just like an owl sit on a branch, and he would come by in this truck right here. This is the kind of truck that he drove. You see, he worked in a factory, so he had good money and stuff. And the woman that he was with, she was a nurse. She had a nursing job, right? And it was a well-known hospital here in Virginia. And he worked in the factory, as I said. Okay, so now let's fast forward a little bit more. Let me tell you, right here, they went to this juke junk. And back in the day, this is how this place used to look, right? Back in the day, you have to put the little money in the machine to play the little songs and stuff like that. Well, he went to the juke junk one day, which wasn't far from these projects right here. And the girl was told that he was up in here, up in the juke joint, right? He was by himself, he was drinking. She goes up into the juke joint and calls herself going to confront him. Let me tell you what he did. He beat her so bad that she couldn't come out of this apartment in this project. She couldn't come out there for weeks. She couldn't even come to sit on the porch because she didn't want nobody to see her. And they heard the hollering and the screaming and all the abuse, but they wasn't going to step in. You know, people in the projects keep things real quiet, right? So let me tell you about this. So after he did all that to her, he would still come back and try to make up with her and all this stuff. And it was real easy to make up with her because she was isolated from her family, didn't have any friends. All she had was her beloved son that was angry with her because she brought him into a situation that he didn't want no parts of and didn't have no, he couldn't say anything or do anything. He was helpless. So he kind of resented his mom, right? So let's go back to the man. One of his daughters died, right? And then also the woman that he was seeing, she died. And both of them died within weeks of one another. The man thought that he was going to go to the funeral, right? He wanted to go to the funeral and see, go see her. But she couldn't go to the funeral. She couldn't go in the funeral at all. So what she did was she went to the funeral and she sat in the back of the pew. She was much older, but wouldn't nobody know who she was. She sat right in the back doing the funeral and everything, just as bold as she could be. She felt like, she had a right to come because I know him. I know this guy, you know, but didn't nobody else know that she was there. She snuck back there during the funeral. He got upset for sure. He got upset, but he also retired from that big old factory job and got plenty of money. What did he do? He remodeled his whole house for that daughter, not for her. She thought that she was going to be going, going on with him, going moving to the house, and they were going to be happily ever after. But before, let's back up. When he used to come over with that truck, he used to bring her $40 worth of groceries. That's all he would do. And back in those days, $40 was a lot of groceries. She thought she was high, eating high on the hog. But the mama wouldn't even allow her son to touch any of the food that was in the refrigerator. None. She wanted to save it for the man when he came over to fix some plates and all of this good stuff. Right? Okay. So now let's fast forward to this. Y'all gonna be like, dang, yo, this is really a sad story. Yes, it's sad, but it's also a true story, like I said. When a man retired from the factory job, somebody, you know how you retire from a job and sometimes your job have different little trips and you stay in touch with the people on the job. Well, that's what the man did. So he decided he wanted to go on a cruise. The job was given a cruise for them to go on. And she got upset. The girl got upset, woman by now. She got upset because he went on the cruise. And she found out about it through other people talking in the projects. That's like Breaker 19 News. Everybody know your business, right? So she got really upset with him because he told her that he didn't go, but she know that he did. So he got upset. She got upset with him. But the moral of the story is this. What happened not too long after this, how about the man dies? Him himself. He goes, when he passes away, he died. He has a heart attack first. And he was put in the hospital and she was trying to go see him because he was like in critical condition. But his children knew about her. Guess what the daughter did when he died? When he died, the daughter wouldn't let her come nowhere near the hospital. Told the hospital people don't let this person in, had a picture of her and everything. She couldn't come nowhere near it. When it was time for the funeral, she couldn't go to the funeral at all. At all. At all. They took their dad to another part of the county where she couldn't go to. And mind you, this woman right here never drove a car in her life, never had a driver's license. All she did in her life was have sex with this man, be his stepping stone, stay in their projects, isolated herself from the little family that would try to find her and want to talk to her. And that was it. Isn't that a sad story? And I'm going to tell you about this story. What you need to know, this was one of my cousins. It was my father's first cousin, which will make her my second cousin. She finally died years later, 9 years later. She still stayed in that project. She's a grown woman, old woman. 9 years later, she dies after this man. She still never had another man or nothing. And she was still in that project all this time, still never drove, still never worked or nothing. And here what I found out, well, not found out, but 2 months later, most recently this year, 2 months, this is August, 2 months before, my cousin, which is her son, he died of fentanyl overdose. Now, y'all say, damn, yo. Yes, that was my family. Okay? So why am I telling y'all this story? I'm telling y'all this story because, and she died of cancer. The mom, she died of cancer. Who was there for her? Her son. He did the best he could for her, right? She didn't have any insurance and all that kind of stuff. Only what the benefits give you, the social service and stuff give you, but she didn't have nothing, right? The dude that she spent her whole life with didn't have nothing to give her, right? But now, her son, she died before the son, then the son dies. Okay, y'all got that? All right, a couple of months ago, he just passed away. The streets got him. Well, what choice did he have, right? He had just the same amount of hope that his mother had. So I'm saying all this to say that we are a product of our environment if we don't change things. And I noticed on this jigamabob here, is a lot of women that listen to the sweet bullshit and they think that it's love. It's what it is. It's bullshit. Because if you love someone, you don't do anything to hurt them. You're always going to be there to protect them. You don't take the advantage of them. You don't tell them what love is. You don't let them know love is just a baby. Because just think about this. She didn't know anything about sex. He had to teach her everything. And I was in a live stream the other night. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He is too. And the question was, have you ever had sexual intercourse? Or have you ever had your anal, your licked or touched or tasted? Some shit like that. I thought I would throw up. Yeah, you might say, oh yeah, oh your thoughts, you just old, you antique, you antiquated and all that. No, I know that they ain't got a goddamn thing to do with love. Doing those type of acts has nothing to do with love. Nothing. It's lust. There's a difference between the two. And if you think that somebody truly respects you and love you doing that to your body, which is, by the way, supposed to be your temple, holy people. Your body is your temple. Your body is the church. Why would you violate it in that way? There is not an animal or insect alive that produces or do any type of foreplay by licking that. They understand that it's an exit and not an entry. They understand that. But the Bible says that we, the people, are smarter than the animals. I can't tell. I cannot tell. Dogs greet each other by sniffing it, but they do not partake. So let's think about this. Let's just think about this. I want to play this for y'all really quick, and I want y'all to know, what are you doing when you're doing that? What's happening to you? I want you to know how many germs are coming from that. The vagina self-cleans itself, so that's understandable if you go there. But the other part, the rectal, that's off limits completely. That should be off limits completely. That really should. So, and I'm telling you women this too, because men would go as far as you allow them to go. You teach men how to treat you. You tell them how to treat you. You show them how to treat you. And allowing a man to violate your body in that way still would not make them, will keep them or hold them. Having children by a man will not make them hold you or keep them there. That's not going to happen. They are going somewhere else, possibly, to get whatever else they want done. But they're going to know that you're not going to do it. Right? And then if they do that and you find out about that, then that person needs to be kicked to the curb, because they can bring you all kinds of harmful problems and diseases. Back in the day when I was growing up, what we had? We had HIV, we had AIDS, we had herpes, we had syphilis, they had gonorrhea. Those were the type of diseases we had back then. Nowadays, in 2025, you got shit that you can't even pronounce, let alone get rid of. And by the way, I'm going to let this video tell you, this little brief video is only going to be 2 seconds, like 2 minutes, whatever. And so I want y'all to listen to this 2-minute video to tell you what happens and what kind of germs or how many germs that you're translating, you're putting down in your body when somebody touches you in that area with their mouth. Some of y'all are so nasty, and I'm speaking, that you would allow that same person to kiss you with that. So when the Bible tells you that the tongue is as dangerous as a two-edged sword, it don't only means words. It means how you use it. Whether you speaking something out with your words, or whether you eating, that can kill you because you got to go past your tongue, or whether you put it in a place in the area that is not supposed to go in. So when we want to talk about the Bible and all kinds of stuff like that, we need to be real about ourselves and ask ourselves, what are we doing? What are we doing? To know something and not to implement what it says is really crazy. That's to me, that's wasted space of memory in your brain, right? Because when you know better, you're supposed to do better. But let's put this video on so you can let these experts tell you what happens to you when you allow someone to go down into your bottom half of your body, your rectal, to be specific. What happens? Let's listen up.
How much bacteria is in your anus? If you've ever wondered about the tiny inhabitants of your body, particularly in the anus, you're about to get some fascinating answers. Let's explore the world of microbes that call your rectum home. First off, your body is a vast ecosystem, and the anus is no exception. It's home to a diverse community of bacteria, which are essential for your health. To understand just how much bacteria are there, we need to look at some recent studies. One study focused on the transfer of bacteria from the mouth to the rectum in orthopedic patients. While this might seem unrelated, it gives us a glimpse into the bacterial population in the rectum. The researchers analyzed samples from the tongue and rectum of these patients using a technique called 16S rRNA gene sequencing. Here's what they found. The rectal microbiota is quite different from the tongue microbiota, but there is some overlap. In fact, bacteria from the tongue were detected in about 67% of the participants, making up a small but significant portion of the rectal microbiota. These tongue bacteria accounted for anywhere from 0% to 9.37% of the total bacteria in the rectum. To give you a better idea, the dominant bacteria in the rectum include genera like Prevotella, Phainogoldia, and Streptococcus. Specific species such as Phainogoldia magna, Streptococcus aeruginosus, and Prevotella bivia were commonly found. Now let's talk numbers. While the exact count of bacteria can vary from person to person, the study shows that the rectal microbiota is composed of millions of bacterial cells. For instance, if we consider that the human gut microbiota as a whole contains approximately 100 trillion microorganisms, the rectum, being part of the gut, would host a substantial fraction of these. Factors like age, hypertension, and the use of proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, can influence the abundance of these bacteria. For example, older individuals and those with hypertension tended to have a higher abundance of tongue bacteria in their rectum. So to answer your question directly, your anus is home to millions of bacteria, with the exact number varying based on individual health factors and the overall balance of your gut microbiota. These microbes play a crucial role in your digestive health, and understanding their presence can help you appreciate the complex ecosystem within your body.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, now that you know better, I expect you all to do better. I really do. Matter of fact, it could mean life or death. Just like that tongue and the words that you spew out of your mouth, the things and the foods that you put in your mouth, and definitely the things that you excrete from your body through your rectal system. So, when we talk about things on this open internet, ladies and gentlemen, we really have to be careful because you never know who's watching. It could be somebody's child strolling through and just happen to just pop on some things, and just click on some things and maybe want to try some things because they think that that'll make them grown. And ladies and gentlemen, do know that sweet bullshit happens to take the place of true love nowadays. Women back in the day had babies left and right, and they didn't have to do all of that. Some women got pregnant at a drop of a hat. We were introduced all of this nonsense, all of this bestiality through the Romans. You got to know your history, right? That's the way they did it. And then they mingled and mixed and mingled with us over here. Right? And then we start doing what they doing. Right? Listen, I'm just telling you guys, and I'm imploring you guys to really think about what you're doing. Do you know that you can have an orgasm if you're in love with someone just by staring in each other's eyes, just by touching on each other's body? You know? And here's another thing that I think we get it twisted. A lot of people do sex, they just have sex, 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 sex. All the time is sex, 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 sex was on their mind. But what was sex designed for? Our body is perfectly made and designed to do specific things. We don't have to reboot it like a computer. It does it itself. We don't have to clean our oven, ladies. The kitchen oven is self-cleaning. We don't have to do those things. Our body knows exactly what to do. And we should appreciate that and remember that is a temple. And if you have one thing thrown off in your body, everything thrown off. And you women having this kind of sex with these men with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, y'all don't even know that history, that family history. Some don't even know anything about the man. Excuse me, I got a cough. Excuse me, y'all. I got a tickle in my throat. I'm so into this. Hold on one second. Yeah, a lot of y'all don't even know the man's middle name. All you know is his first name. Because he gave you a little sweet bullshit. And as long as you think you get a little bit of love, you good. You see? Yeah, but it could be dangerous. So when a man is whispering sweet bullshit in your ear, make sure you don't hear these words. Hey, baby, you know I love you to death. He might mean it. All right, so I think y'all get the picture. And for you ladies right here that do this, you see this right here? You ladies that running behind men that you think cheating on you. Sometimes it's good to let them go on and do what they're doing. And let them go. Because if you got to run behind a man and play I Spy Private Eye, then that ain't nothing you can trust with your personal body. That's nothing nobody you can trust that you lay down with at night when you're in your complete coma. Let them go. Because if they love you, they'll stay there. And here's another thing I want to say in the men's defense. Some of the women that's been cheated on before, they think, oh yeah, it's my fault. I did it, it's my fault. He left me because she's smaller, she's taller, she's cuter, excuse me, her hair longer, and this, that, and the other. Let me tell you something. He didn't leave you for that. He left you because he wanted to explore his own self. He wanted to sow his royal oats. He wasn't comfortable as a man as to who he is in his skin. It had nothing to do with you. We use that as an excuse to cheat. And same thing for the man. If a woman leaves you, man, it ain't you, it's her. She's trying to figure out who she is, what she wants, right? It don't make no, I mean, if she go about her business, let her ass go too. It could save your life. See? Stop trying to step into stuff and try to fix and correct destiny. What's gonna be, gonna be. And I'm gonna say this one more time for you ladies. You can take your ass and twist it on chandeliers. You can hang from chandelier to chandelier. You can do it in the kitchen. You can do it in the backseat of the car. You can do it in the bathroom on the airplane. You can do it in the park. You can do it anywhere that man wants you to do it with him at. But that man, if he wants to stay, if he want to go, ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You can have a baby for him, all of that. If he want to carry his ass, he gonna carry his ass. And again, you should let him go. Stop trying to stop stuff. That, if it don't fit, let it go. Yeah, again, it could save your life. You don't want to wind up like this all your life, sitting on a porch like an owl, watching the cars go up and down the street, watching poverty, drug dealers. And over here in this project right here, I used to dread going over here You could barely find a squirrel. You would never see a squirrel over here in this projects. You had to go way on the other side of town. Why you didn't find a squirrel? Wonder why you couldn't see a squirrel, yo? Why you didn't see no squirrel? Because over there they ate them. They used to cook them and eat them because the food stamps weren't enough that the government was giving them. Okay? Yeah, y'all. Yeah. Sweet, sweet bullshit has become better than true love. We need to stop fooling ourselves. Stop imagining that someone is really loving you and caring about you and overlooking the signs, knowing that this person is not into you. Man and female, I'm talking to both of y'all now. The person is not into you if they want to abuse your body, especially if you're not comfortable with that, which you shouldn't be comfortable with that. If a man is not handling you lovingly and not giving you the respect that you deserve, and I'm saying you have to deserve it, ladies, though. You have to deserve it. You have to carry yourself in a way where you know that you deserve that. And a man is only going to treat you the way that you want to be treated and the way you allow him to treat you. And that's coming from a 63-year-old woman that's been married 43 years and have seen a lot of relationships and how they go and all this kind of shit that I just showed you. And I'm telling you now, I'm making a series out of this. This is episode 1. I have many of stories, and some are even more, it's worse than this. Okay? But this just happened to be one of my family members. This happened to her. This is how she led her life and lived her life. And for you friends of women like this, you can give them advice, but they're going to do what they want to do. Don't waste your time on them because they'll wind up hating you just to go through the things that they need to go through for whatever reason they're going through it. You see? And mama and daddy, when things get rough and tough, and you may need a drink and you may need a cigarette, get the children out the way. Get them out the way. Don't have them around you because they do what they see you do. You are their first teachers, especially you, mama. You're the first God that they know. You are a child's first God. You introduced them to God. But while they're small, they think that you're their God because when they cry, who's there? Mama. When they're hungry, who's there? Mama. When they're sick, who's there? Mama. When they fall down with a little boo-boo to kiss it, who's there? Mama. Who taught them how to walk? Mama. Who taught them how to talk? Mama. You see, you're their first God. So they admire you. They watch you. They do what you do. Dad is there too, but mama's there more. Dad is at work most of the time. Mama's there all the time. So that's a lot of pressure on mama. And mama, the way you treat daddy, that's the way they're going to treat daddy when they get a daddy. You did? Yeah. If they see you, mama, arguing with the daddy, cussing him out, talking shit, after he came home from a hard days of work, telling him all the shit about what the children did and all the bills that them piled up on the table and he ain't did this and he ain't did that. Oh, they gonna see how you treat daddy, mama. Yeah. So basically, we have to be mindful of what we're doing around our babies. And because we can destroy a whole generation of folks. We can destroy a whole generation of folks. And by the way, this young man right here, my cousin, he never had any children. We was never married. He never had his own place. He lived with his mama. He lived in the streets. He lived with some of his friends. Yeah. All because mama started it off. She jump-started it. But hey, she had no choice because it is her mom and dad. You see that cycle? You see it? And then we wind up just like this, lonely and old. And after that, it's no time for redemption. You can't go get another job, not in your 60s. So in other words, she fucked up her whole life. All because, why y'all? Sweet bullshit was better than true love. And there you go. Now, let me check on you guys in the chat. See what y'all talking about. Yeah, I was in my bag. Let's go. Let's see what y'all talking about. Greg Golf from Zion. Y'all was chatting up. Hey, babies, what's going on with y'all? I see y'all. I see y'all up in here. Look, I'm going to drop the link and see if y'all want to chit chat and say anything to me up here. Yeah, ladies, but y'all need to come on with all that stuff. Y'all better stop letting men treat y'all that way, especially your bodies. I'm talking about your bodies. I'm talking about your bodies, right? Because that's such a sacred place. You don't let any and everything come in that. You do not want to pollute your womb, especially you ones that want to have babies and stuff like that. Why would you let someone to pollute you like that? That is a holy place that they're entering when they come inside of you. And for you women that's always angry and always lashing out about this, that, and the third, and life ain't treating you good, and you're just mad all the goddamn time, maybe it's because it was one of those dudes that deposited that sperm into your vagina and left that DNA residue, the residue into your daggone DNA. Maybe you have taken on his characteristics because that's exactly what happens when you lay down with somebody. Every time, not even if they were a condom, and they remove the condom and y'all laying in the bed and any of that touches that area where you have pubic hairs and stuff, they still ran afoul to you. You still consume it. When you're saliving, when he's kissing you, that's saliva. That DNA is in your mouth. His DNA is in your mouth. And you wonder why sometimes when you get angry, you sound like a man. It's because you are. You have taken on one of those men that you laid down with and had, no, I ain't say have sex, that you fucked characteristics. I'm talking to you in this way so I know that you'll understand me. Okay? We need to start talking real with one another. You know? You really need to understand what I'm saying. And I'm gonna talk to you in the language that I know that all of y'all used to saying. Because all I hear is bitch, bitch, fuck, fuck, whore, whore. All I hear is all that shit on here. So I know damn well you know what I'm saying. I know we can relate in that way. But yeah, and if you women have done that, you still can clean yourself. It's ways to cleanse yourself. And speaking of that, it's ways to get all that shit out of your body of all the men that don't drop that shit in you. You know, and I don't mean no harm, ladies, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I know women feel like, well, they free and they can have as many lovers as they want to because they think the man loved them and all that stuff. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Maybe your mom would have never taught you. They think sex is the hush hush word. You can't say the word sex. That's a bad word. You can't tell. Listen, I want to tell y'all something. I heard Kwame's live stream today and the thing about Snoop and all that stuff. But let me tell y'all something. Y'all better start talking to your babies. I don't care how young they are. If they ask you a question about sex, start talking then. Why? It's because they have already heard things about it. They already have their ideas about it. You need to set the record straight with them as soon as they start opening their mouth talking to you about sex, especially if you want to save your babies. You better teach your children about sex before this world teach them. You better teach them. And another thing you need to stop doing too, ladies and gentlemen, is having any of these daggone men and stuff around the damn house, bringing them men around your babies and shit. Don't do no crazy stuff like that. If you gotta have sex with somebody, take that nigga somewhere to let them take you to a hotel somewhere. Don't bring that shit to your house. Hold on, y'all. I got somebody in the background. Hold on one second. Hey, Mr. B, how you doing, baby? Oh, I got Will here too. Hey, Will, I
Hi,
see y'all up here. How y'all doing?
hi, yo, dog.
Hey,
Um,
baby.
I just wanted to um, I had surgery today, and I
Oh, you?
really wanted to um talk um
Yes.
to everyone. Um, on Wednesday
Uh huh.
we lost our nephew,
I'm sorry to hear that.
and it's a result of my sister. She lost her. her, her firstborn son
Mm.
in
Mm-mm.
2019.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And he never recovered. He seen his brother die in front of him, his eyes rolled up in the back of his head.
Mm-hmm.
And he never recovered. He just couldn't handle the survival guilt.
I am so sorry to hear that, honey. I'm really sorry to hear that.
And somebody killed him on
Mm.
Wednesday.
My deepest condolences to you and your family in your time of sorrow. I'm really sorry to hear that.
And I just want to say to everybody, please, I'm just begging everybody to please, we gotta protect our black boy badge. We gotta try to encourage them to seek help. And
Yes.
I'm just so broken right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just want everybody to please, we have to protect our black men.
Yes, baby, we do. Yeah, but let me see
Yeah.
if I can give you a little words of comfort, sweetheart. Listen, sweetie, listen to me. You know, there is life after death. There is. We're only here for a little while. We're not here for a long time. There is definitely life after death. And as long as you're breathing, and that's a family member, he still is in your bloodstream, is in your DNA. He's still living. He's just not physically here right now. You have to know that. He's still living on through you.
It's just that
You're going to miss
I
him.
couldn't save my nephew.
Yes.
I couldn't save him.
Oh,
He
yes.
he couldn't live with it. He was just
Yes.
he had numbed himself for the
Yeah.
last 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just encouraging black women, take care of your boys.
Mm-hmm.
Start
Yes.
young age. Like, please
Yes.
encourage, you know, no matter what, they underage, you can make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do nothing once they're an adult because we can't force people to get help.
Right. Yes. That's true. That's true.
And I just want everybody. I mean, Kevin is on my heart, and I'm just begging everybody to have a little compassion and a little empathy for Kevin because something is troubling that young man, and he wasn't able to deal with it. But he got sons, he got kids,
Yes.
and I'm afraid that they will fall in the same basket as him. I know he's done some really messed up things,
Mm-hmm.
but we gotta have some compassion and some empathy because something is troubling that young man. We might not be able to get through him, but we gotta understand he got kids.
Well, yeah,
And
I want to
he
interject right here though to say this, Mr. B. One thing we do know that God take care of babies and fools. So he will be
Mm.
fine. He will be just fine, okay? He's gonna be
Right.
fine. And I'm really gonna be praying for you and your family. And just know that your nephew is in a better place. And again, he is still with you because you're in the bloodline as long as you live and anything around him that's related to him, they're still living. He's just not physically here. And anytime you want to call on him, pray and he will appear. Just
Say
know
it
Miss
again.
Yo,
that.
Say it again. Say it again.
I know, I know all of this. I am
Hey,
at peace with
Yeah.
where my
hey,
nephew is. With
salute
his,
me your thoughts on that because that's exactly what it is. And I tell
Hey,
people all the
Will.
time, hey, how you doing? Hey, to everybody. Hey, Miss B, how you doing? And I'm gonna get to you in a second. And my condolences also. That was key, Miss Your Thoughts, because See,
Yeah.
you never lose anybody. They
Right.
actually they become a part of you. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
it be times when out the blue, when I've done something when nobody ain't looking, I'm proud of, and the first thing I think about my brother. You feel me? So
Yeah.
Miss B, so let me help you out a little bit, sis, and let me try to soothe your heart there, fair, because something missing. You feel me? So ain't nobody gonna feel the way you feel. But this is what you gotta do. You gotta always understand that the way God works is not to hurt you. You feel me? It's not to put you in the state where you're at right now. You just missing something. You feel me? And
Yes.
I didn't know how it felt because at a young age I lost somebody, and everybody at the funeral were crying, and they was like just outrageous, going crazy, and I didn't know how they felt at that age. So when it happened to me, when I lost somebody, you
Mm-hmm.
see that feeling right there is exactly what I'm talking about. You you
Yeah.
you can't get over that. You won't get over that because it's a part of your life. But
Yeah.
the understanding is that it becomes you. That's it. You got to make them proud in your mind and your heart. That's how you overcome the devil for being sorrow. Because you got to understand that my grandma told me a long time ago when I asked her, I said, "Why we ain't got another granddaddy?" She said, "My husband is in heaven waiting on me." And she
Mhm.
told me, she said, "You only fall in love once. Everybody else just a reminder." And I live by that. From a woman that
Yeah.
raised me and the man I am now. She told me that. She told me that. Why you think I'm so big on respect for women? Because that's the first thing I knew. I'm on mute.
Okay. Will, what happened? Missy B dropped down. She dropped down because I was trying to get you guys. And I think she was trying to say something too. I guess she was trying to answer. She was trying to answer you. But yeah, I mean, but this is the thing about death. Everybody handles death a different way. Everybody grieves a different way. Everybody do it towards their understanding, right? And and we were taught that death is really tragic. It's bad and all this. But the Bible say when you're born, that's the reason to cry, and when you die, you're supposed to rejoice. So but again, we can't really look at people in a different way because they grieve in a different way. That's good. But they have to do what's good for their soul and what feels good to them. But I'm here
Bad,
just to
bad, it's bad.
yeah,
Cause guess what it is? Because nobody don't feel the way you feel. That's the only thing you can't duplicate in your life. Nobody can feel the way you can. They can mold somebody. Look, they can imitate you right now on YouTube. Sis, to look just like you. But the way you feel, that's the only special gift you got.
but what I want to say is this too, Will, is that people have to learn how to mature in the spirit. And like I said, everybody is
Absolutely.
yeah, they're on everybody on different vibrational levels when it comes to the spirit and their connection. And for me, I have learned how to be able to call on who I want to call on. Every one of my ancestors that are passed away, I can call on them anytime I feel like it, and they will appear. What do I mean? Will it be like a ghost, woo, boogeyman, woo? No. They will give me signs and symbols to let me know that they are here. I might smell a cigar from my granddaddy blowing in the wind. I know that he is present. See, we live in a spiritual world. Y'all don't want me to go deep. Y'all really don't. What we're looking at right now through these naked eyes that we see right now, these eyes that we have now, those are not the eyes to see through. See, I've learned how to see through the third eye, which is in the center of the eyebrows. We have to uplift ourselves in that way and learn in that way. See, you have to unlearn a whole lot of things that you've been taught in order to get here. And it's going to shock you. But once you get into that, and once you know that you know that you know, it's no turning back. It's no turning back. But I do want to say to Missy B, I really do. You really have my condolences, and I really do pray that your soul is soothed, and that you will be at peace, and know that your nephew is where he's supposed to be at this time in space. So, Lord, have mercy on his soul. Okay? Yeah. And I'm on mute. Will, what you guys say, baby?
Nah, I just earlier, like I said, I was out here taking care of someone on my truck, but I just appreciate while I was listening. And I was thinking about, I was like, see, that's exactly You already know what I've been screaming for years. Like this the type of thing we need to be hearing because that's the only way you're gonna like cure things. Remember, I don't care. It, hey, sis, if something hurts you, right? It's like okay, you cut yourself. You feel me? So
Uh-huh.
it healed up.
Yeah.
But guess what? You still when you see that scar, guess what you think about?
What?
You think about the pain.
Yeah.
And
Right.
remember that's why I tell people all the time about disrespect because that's that scar. So because if anything, sis, I can't let you feel that I can't make you feel remember that scar. So I ain't gonna never give you one, and I'm big on that. I told you, all my friends are still my friends. I don't have the only enemies I have is the people I don't know.
Yeah. Well, listen. One thing Missy B was preaching and she's trying to relate is that her message to us is that we should do better and try to save our men, our boys. This is what she's talking about. And see, and we need to save our sisters too. But here's the thing: we can't save nobody until we first save ourselves. What do I mean by that? I mean, learning how to walk right, to talk right, to treat people the way that they want to be treated, right? To respect one another. If you don't like a person, move around. It's okay. It's okay because people are in your life for a certain time and space. They're not always going to be here. You understand? The person that you laying with in the bed at night, one of y'all going to be looking over the other person in a coffin. Just know that. Don't be surprised by it when it happened. Know that it will happen. But what are you doing to prepare yourself for when it does happen? Do you have insurance? Right? Are you going to have a safe net or a cushion if that person passes away? Right? Have you treated that person with respect, love, and given them everything that you had, by being a good person towards them? When they pass away, then you won't shed a single solitary tear. Why? Because you treated them right. You loved them through their life. You did them no harm. You wished them no harm. See? So you have a clear conscience, right? So a lot of people that's crying at funerals and stuff like that and falling out at funerals, passing out and all this stuff, they weren't prepared.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, sis, right? Hey, you said key point, sis. That's actually why I came up here. So I'm gonna have to jump off for a second. I'm on thing with my truck, but
Yeah. Thank you.
I just want to salute my sister SJ, man, because that's exactly what I always keep in my mind. Because she had told me one night, she said, Will, she said, why you just want to have a clear mind sometimes?
Hmm.
So say that, sis. The next time, because like I said, I'm kind of tired right now, and I've been doing a lot right now.
That's
But
okay, baby.
the next time I come up, I'm gonna
Mhm.
show you something.
Okay.
Sis, I'm a businessman again.
I know
You
that's
feel me?
right.
Because
I
I
know
got a
that's
clear
right.
mind. Because the only time I really drink is when like I want to, like I'm at home, like right now. But I
Yeah.
don't do none of that shit no more. And I just want to sleep with my sis. And I be trying to tell my boys, the men, you
Hmm.
gotta listen to the right women sometimes. You feel me? You ain't gotta know their last name.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Will. I really appreciate you, baby. But I can tell you one thing. Oh, your thoughts, I'm like this today, yesterday, and tomorrow. I don't change like the wind. I'm solid. I don't get in to fit in. I've always been the odd person out, and it feels good. You dig?
All I know we can relate.
I love you too, Will.
I
I
love
love
you,
you
sis.
too,
Hey,
baby.
I'm gonna jump off here, but let me tell you something. You much
Yes.
appreciated, man. Because I
Thank
remember my
you.
brother Kwame always saying, "Man, salute me, your thought that been like but what you already know when we go back."
Yeah,
You
well,
feel
hey,
me? But
look,
just salute to your sis, and I always understand, man.
all
You
right,
got
baby. And hey,
I'm your
look,
number one fan. You feel me?
thank you, baby. And look, keep cooking the
Well,
fish. Don't
Lord, those sis. All right, I'm
look.
in the chat, those sis. Peace.
All right, keep cooking the fish, baby. Bye, baby. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all. So we're gonna drop the link again and see if anybody else want to come up. And I need to read y'all dead Jim comments. Y'all listen. I'm all indulged in the conversation. We'll say you feel me. You can say that thing, Katie. That's my boy. Will, another one ain't gonna change. He gonna be Will all day. That's what I'm talking about. It is what it TI is. Okay, let me see if I can drop this thing again. All right, I'm gonna drop this link again. And again, Mr. B, I really do pray that your soul be soothed and that you find peace. Yeah, and when I receive your message, the message that you came up here giving. Okay, I'm supposed to hit Control V. I can't. Why I can't drop this link for me, Mr. King, if you don't mind, one more time in case somebody want to come up, and I'm gonna read y'all comments. But yeah, y'all, the topic of that conversation basically was sweet bullshit is better than true love. So just to sum it up, oh, I think she did for me. Yes, she did. She dropped it for me. If anybody want to, thanks, Mr. Kimi. If anybody want to come up, please do. You can feel free to come up and we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But I basically want to try to keep it on this topic. But if not, and we go somewhere else, that's what the spirit saying, and that's what we do. We'll keep it moving. We'll say what we know. We'll talk about whatever the spirit tell y'all want to talk about. Yeah, whatever on your mind. Yeah, but isn't that something how sometimes people wind up all alone by themselves and do things that they shouldn't be doing and know that they don't feel really comfortable doing it, but they do it because they love somebody or the bullshit that they've been spewing to them, they believe it. That's where we are for real with it, right? And nowadays, that's where a lot of people are in relationships, right? They living together in hopes that the man will marry them. And the man been so comfortable because they used to say back in my day, why buy the cow? Why buy the milk when you get the cow for free? They used to say all kinds of things like this. And what y'all need to understand, ladies and gentlemen, although I'm older than a lot of you on here, there is nothing new under the sun. Meaning things don't change. It's nothing new. It's not no new circumstances that you guys are going through. Anything that y'all going through, I'm telling you, chances are more than one person have been through the same thing that you've been through, just different bodies, same problem, same situations. So that's why it's good sometimes to listen to people and hear them out because it may can help you, right? But yeah, if don't nobody want to take the link, you guys, y'all know I'm not gonna stay up here and waste y'all time. I know that you guys have to go to work. I know some of y'all drag in the morning. A lot of y'all need the alarm clock to get you started, which you shouldn't have to have alarm clock to wake you up. Because y'all know I believe in making something move. You know you got something to do. Giddy up off that ass. Giddy up off that ass and make it happen. You know, you can dragging the day out. But when y'all do start on y'all day tomorrow, make sure that you try to treat the people the way you want to be treated or they want to be treated, right? Make sure you make somebody have a smile. Make somebody smile, you know? Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know? Say something nice to a person, but mean it. Mean it. And if you ain't got nothing to say, then shut your damn mouth. How about that, y'all? All right, y'all. Listen. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all something too. Going back to the part, and then I'm gonna go off of here. Going back to the part when I was telling y'all about how you can clean your bodies and stuff like that and clean your mind. This is a product that I make. I make this product. Everything is natural. This product here has all the nutrients that your body needs. All of them. Okay? You take 1 teaspoon in the morning before you start your day, right? You can put it in a smoothie with your vegetables, with your fruits, or you can put vegetables in it, whatever. You can eat it off the spoon, right? And that will build your immune system. It will cleanse all of your cells, right? It'll give you energy. It'll make you see things in a different way. And there's no drugs in it at all. None. All natural. Okay? All right, that cleans your body. Now, let's talk about your mind. That's me right there. And right here, I was doing a book signing. Y'all know I have books. I'm not pushing my books. I'm good. They're already out there, been out there for years, right? But here, on this one right here, if you need to talk, I'm telling you, if you feeling down and out and you feeling like somebody like this, right? Or you feel like somebody like this, or if you feeling like somebody like this, or you feeling like somebody like this, you might want to talk to me. There's hope for everybody. It's hope for everybody. Okay? How can I order? Okay, you can order right here. See this telephone number right here, Sassy 81? The telephone number is area code 704-556-0271. And it's free shipping. Yes. Yeah, and I'm telling you, Sassy, for people, older people, young people, they can take it because it's all natural. It's really all natural right there. Yeah. And I'm telling you, you'll be able to make shit move like I make it move. If you ain't already doing this, Sassy, I believe you already doing it. But yeah, you can sure do that. And that same telephone number is here too. If you want a free consultation, just to talk, talk behind the scenes about any type of issues you may have. You may have a lot of bills and stuff like that and stuff piling up. You don't even know what to pay first. Well, I can help you juggle some things around and tell you what to do, how to rob Peter to pay Paul. I can tell you a whole lot of things. Let me tell you, I ain't been here on this earth for 63 years for nothing. I got plenty to talk about and plenty to tell you. And like I said, you ain't the only one that have been through something, and just like that story I just told you, that's a true story. And I have more to tell you guys. So like I said, I'm going to use this as sort of like an episode, right? And the same telephone number for this CMOS will be the same telephone number for a consultation for me. That is my telephone number right there. And here's another thing. If you call and just leave a message, and I will answer you within the next 24 hours, no longer than that, and no later than that. Okay? And I make the product when you order it. I don't have piles of product just laying around. I don't do it like that. When I get orders, I do it by the order, and then I will ship them out. I'll let you know it. I'll give you a tracking number so you'll know when you'll be able to receive it, what day it's coming, all of that. Very professional. Nothing ghetto here, and nothing sloppy around here. Okay? Business. All right, y'all? Okay. Now, back to this. All right, y'all ladies. Clean your bodies out. Get rid of all that negative stuff that you got inside of your body. Don't let nobody abuse your body. Don't let nobody abuse your body and keep whispering sweet bullshit in your ear. If you see a relationship is not going nowhere, do not waste your time. If you do, you're going to be right here by yourself. And where they going to be? Where they want to be, with somebody they really care about, right? So in relationships, it shouldn't be one-sided. One person shouldn't have to please another person and they get slack. You're supposed to be partners. You're supposed to build each other up. You're supposed to be teamwork. You're supposed to become as one. And when you become as one, that's when you get that baby. Not before. Some of us is too late. Some of us made a mistake. Okay, cool. You made a mistake. Learn from them. Don't make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mistakes. That's not a mistake. That's purposefully. It's a difference. Right? Yeah. And then pull somebody up. Pull somebody up. When you learn something and you do better, pull somebody up. Let's get back to the good old times. We have a little music and start dancing, and every day will be a holiday. Let's get back to that. What our grandmamas and then aunties used to do. Dance in the middle of the floor for no reason at all on a Tuesday. Don't wait till Friday to turn up. Have a good time in your household on a Monday or a Tuesday or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Get around that kitchen table and talk to family and friends about what's going on. And most importantly, if your children are asking you anything that have to pertain to sex and they start talking, I don't care how young they are, when they start talking about that, answer them. Give them the answer. If you can't give them the answer that day, tell them, look, baby, I'm really not sure exactly how I'm going to tell this to you. Just give me a day so I can think about it and bring it back up to them. Because they're not asking you just for no reason. It's because they already have an idea of what they are thinking about. And you want to make sure you nip that in the bud, right? And teach them the right way to grow. And they will not depart from it. And most of all, don't let them know everything you doing. It ain't their business. Because when things like this happen, we wasn't in the room. We had to go upstairs or outside. We won't sit in the middle of mom and dad when they're having a sip or smoking or talking to the friends and shit. Okay? All right. That's enough for preaching to y'all today. Okay? I love you guys for real, for real. I really mean that. Because me hating you mean I hate myself. Yo, what you mean by that? If I hate you guys, then that means I hate myself. Why? Because the same spirit, the same God, the same great I am made you, made me. So guess what? My daddy made me, just like your daddy made you. We are the same. We are one. And I love yo. Trust me, I do. All right? All right, baby. Look, y'all, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace, everybody. Thanks for coming through. Please remember to hit that like button. And again, don't forget, y'all. Don't forget. Yes, I'm pushing this. Yes, I'm pushing this because I believe a healthy body, right, is a healthy mind, which will give you a healthy spirit, will raise your vibrations, wherein you can speak to the Creator. You can see things. You can hear your spirit speaking to you, your internal Siri. It'll tell you which way to go. Cleanse your mind, body, and soul. And I'm telling you, you're going to have a better life. There's nothing wrong with doing what these people are doing on the screen right here. But everything is in moderation. Okay? Even that sex, in that mouth, and them tongue. Okay? But that rectal shit is off limits. Let's just get that shit straight right now. Okay, now, okay, I'm going. Okay, I'm going. All right. All right, peace, everybody. Have a good night, sweethearts.